Sport binds us together. There's something beautiful about being from two very faraway places on Earth, but understanding the same game. Baseball is in Europe what baseball is in the US. Baseball is baseball, wherever you go.
Barcelona is an incredible place. They have crazy architecture, culture, and some pretty amazing food. I have experienced a lot of new things that I don't experience back home.
Yesterday we went to downtown Barcelona and we saw Gaudi's church, and we saw a lot of neat architecture. You don't see a lot of cool architecture that much in the US like that. Handcrafted by stone. Beautiful.
It's become a second home being here in Spain. It feels a lot like Southern California. You know, the Mediterranean versus the Pacific, Costa de Fels versus, say, Huntington Beach or Newport Beach, Barcelona versus San Diego. So there's a lot of equivalents, and they're like our sister or brother team. One of the good things about playing is you don't really remember the games as much as you do maybe in the States, but what you do remember here is the camaraderie with the other teams. Barcelona was one of the first places I coached against from the 1980s, and the Spaniards are always kind and giving towards us, and we've actually had some good matches, a good series against them, including this one, which is tied up at 1.
I think the importance of traveling is that you learn more about other people's cultures and how you can compare it with yours, and you get to experience what it's like to be a local.
I've learned a lot about myself and my capabilities. I had to adjust to the culture out here, the money situation. I had to keep within myself, basically. So I had to adjust to different type of people from all over. I have some friends from Utah, California, even New Jersey. I even have friends in Spain now.
A player, once he's gone on one of these trips, he's going to find out really what he's made of. Can he handle the pressure? Can he handle being away from home, being coached by different coaches, playing with players from all over the United States, from many different states, and then showing up at an international event like the Barcelona Goodwill games, and then having to compete at your best when you don't feel 100% comfortable. You slept on a different bed, you've eaten different food, you've played with different people that you're not familiar with, you're not sure what the coaching style on their team or our team is going to be. It's a series of adjustments. And that's truly what college baseball and professional baseball is. Can you survive the adjustments necessary every day to perform at your peak? And that's why some people rise up to the occasion as their career advances, and some people get stagnated, and sometimes they could even regress and find out that baseball is an extremely hard sport that requires massive amounts of training and development and having the willpower to want to succeed.
If you are considering MVP, definitely it's worth the investment. There's a common goal that you have to reach with your son, and if your son wants to play collegiate baseball, this would be the way to go. My son got a lot of exposure. He had a lot of team building time. He had a lot of different types of activities and events that really rounded him as not only a baseball player, but most importantly, a man.
I think this is something he's going to be able to take home with him for the rest of his life. An experience that is unlike no other. I know he can't get it back at home. I think with MVP, my son has grown a lot. With this trip, the whole experience with Harry and MVP has been amazing for him. It's boosted his confidence. He's grown with a bunch of kids and matured over time, and it's been quite an experience to see it happen.
It's very important to travel, honestly, because you experience the new lifestyles and you're very gracious for what you have.
just going like to get lunch, you can't speak to the waiters or waitresses because you don't speak Spanish, so it's just a different atmosphere, and I like it a lot.
It's been a cool experience being able to meet the Spanish players, and even though they don't speak the same language as us, we speak the same sport. We play sport the same way.
Baseball makes the world so much smaller and so much happier together. And without baseball, we would never be able to do the things we are doing. So thank you, Spain. Thank you, baseball. Thank you, MVP.